Welcome to Mr. English Cafe. Imagine you just finished a long, exhausting day. Your boss was grumpy, you missed the bus, and it started raining. When you lie down in bed, what does your brain do? Does it replay the rain and the grumpy boss over and over? Most of us say yes, but what if I told you that by simply shifting your focus for 3 minutes, you could actually physically change the shape of your brain to feel happier? Today, I want to ask you, when was the last time you truly felt thankful for something as small as a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a stranger? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Joe. I am so happy you decided to spend some time with me today. Here, we talk about life, growth, and how to become the best version of ourselves. Today, we are diving deep into a topic that sounds simple but is actually a biological superpower: gratitude. Before we start, if you find today's episode helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe, or follow the show. It really helps me reach more people who might need a little bit of sunshine in their day. Let's get into it. We often hear people say, just be grateful. It sounds like a cliche, right? Like something you'd see on a colorful poster in a classroom. But modern science, especially neuroscience, tells us something incredible. Our brains are naturally negative. This is called the negativity bias. Thousands of years ago, we had to notice the dangerous tiger in the bushes, not the pretty flowers. Today, there are no tigers, but our brains treat a mean email like a tiger. We stay stuck in stress. However, when you practice gratitude, you are performing neuroplasticity. This is a big word that just means you are rewiring your brain. When you look for things to be thankful for, you are strengthening the neural pathways in your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for peace and decision-making. Think about a friend of mine. Let's call him Mark. Mark used to be very cynical. He'd complain about the traffic every single morning. He arrived at work angry. One day, he started a red light gratitude practice. Every time he hit a red light, instead of getting mad, he had to name one thing he was glad for. At first, he hated it. He'd say, "I'm glad I have shoes." Very simple. But after a month, his brain stopped looking for the traffic and started looking for the things to name. He became calmer. He rewired his anger circuit into a peace circuit. By noticing the positive, you are literally teaching your brain that the world is a safe, beautiful place. You aren't lying to yourself. You are just finally noticing the good things that were always there. I want to share 2 quotes from 2 very different people that help us understand why this works. First, let's talk about Melody Beattie. She is a famous American author who wrote a lot about healing and codependency, which is when we worry too much about other people's problems. She went through many hard times in her own life, including loss and addiction, she said. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. What does she mean by makes sense of our past? Sometimes we look back and only see mistakes or pain. But when we use gratitude, we see that those hard times taught us lessons. It turns a sad story into a growth story. It gives you peace right now because you realize you survived the past. Second, we go back over 2,000 years to Cicero. He was a famous lawyer and politician in ancient Rome. He was one of the greatest speakers in history, he said. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Cicero is telling us that gratitude is the mother of all good things. If you are grateful, you will naturally become more patient. You will naturally become kinder. Why? Because you aren't feeling empty or jealous, you feel full. When your heart is full, it is much easier to be a good person to others. Now, let's look at how to actually do this. I have 3 deep suggestions for you. 1. The specific 3 small things journal. Don't just write, "I am grateful for my health." That is too general. Your brain gets bored with general things. Instead, be very specific. Write, "I am grateful for the way the sun felt on my face during my walk." When you try to remember a specific detail, your brain has to search through your day. This search process forces your neurons to fire in a positive way. It's like a workout for your happiness muscles. 2. The gratitude visit, the power of connection. Think of someone, a teacher, an old boss, or a friend who did something kind for you that you never truly thanked them for. Write a letter or a long text. Tell them exactly what they did and how it helped you. If you can, read it to them. Science shows that expressing gratitude to others creates a prosocial bond. It lowers your stress hormones and makes you feel connected. We are social animals. We feel safest when we feel loved and appreciated. 3. Flip the script, finding the hidden seed. When something goes wrong, give yourself a moment to feel the frustration. Then ask, what is the hidden seed of benefit here? If you fail an English test, the seed might be that you now know exactly which grammar rules you need to study. This is called cognitive reframing. You aren't lying to yourself. You are simply choosing to focus on the part of the situation that you can use to grow. It takes the power away from the bad event and gives the power back to you. To wrap things up, remember that gratitude is a muscle. The first time you go to the gym, you can't lift 100 pounds. The first day you try to be grateful, you might feel like you're faking it. That's okay. Keep going. The crucial reminder I want to leave you with is this: gratitude does not mean your life is perfect. It doesn't mean you don't have problems. It just means you have decided that your problems will not be the only thing you look at. You are choosing to see the light even while the shadows are still there. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I truly value your time. Here is my deep question for you today. If you woke up tomorrow with only the things you thanked God or the universe for today, what would you have left? Think about that. It's a powerful way to realize how much we have. If you enjoyed this, please share it with one friend who might be having a tough week. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. It helps me keep this helpful friend energy going. Thanks for joining us. In this podcast, you've learned the following. Let's read aloud. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Grumpy. My grandfather is always a bit grumpy in the morning before he drinks his coffee. The long flight and lack of sleep made all the passengers tired and grumpy. Don't be so grumpy. It was just an accidental mistake, and we can easily fix it. Bush. The dog chased the rabbit until it jumped into a thick bush and disappeared. We planted a row of rose bushes along the front fence of our garden. Stop beating around the bush and tell me directly what the problem is. Cynical. Many voters have become cynical about politicians making empty promises during elections. He gave a cynical laugh when she said that the big company cared about the environment. Try not to let past bad experiences make you cynical about future relationships. Codependency. Their relationship suffers from severe codependency as neither can make a decision alone. Therapy helped her break the cycle of codependency and rebuild her personal boundaries. In a state of codependency, one partner often enables the other's toxic habits or addictions. Cognitive, reading puzzles and playing chess are great activities to improve a child's cognitive development. As people age, they may experience a slight decline in certain cognitive skills like memory. The scientists conducted an experiment to study the cognitive abilities of dolphins. Feel free to read it aloud. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave a comment below.